What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer playing some Suship today, and really the interesting thing about this, and I've seen a lot of people use this as like a blind going second deck, but the reality of the situation is that as of right now, like the regular Suship extra deck monsters aren't that great. They have a lot of utility, especially in this deck when the way I use it, but really it's a rank 4 deck that doesn't lock you into Suships, so that's obviously a very good thing, meaning that you can do like going first plays, a lot of them actually, some really good ones. You get to replenish your hand a lot of the times. You can go into Topic Future Draco. Now, I know this is pretty weird, and really this is just a Utopia deck, but there is a lot of utility when it comes to these cards and actually like helping you go into some really interesting things. The next replay after is like this is pretty much full combo. I was able to get 5 monsters on board while also still having 4 cards in hand, which is pretty good in my opinion. But there's also like easier ways to go into F0, which is pretty cool. But yeah, you do get a spell negate, which really this is great because if you're playing against like Cursed Eldlin, it doesn't just negate it, it takes it away, which is even better. And then otherwise there's just like a lot of cool like rank 4s that you can go into. Now this was kind of a bad one. I shouldn't have gone in Castell because it has to target a face-up monster. Not that it mattered too much. Ultimately, I did win this duel, but yeah, you do also get Utopia Ray and you get Twin Saber. Now it's a little like wonky because it is like 2. Unfortunately, it's 2 on-field monster negates. It's not from anywhere. That's kind of where the other monster comes in, F0, obviously. This one was pretty interesting. I ended up having like sighting pretty well here. I like the sighting on this deck. I kind of focus more on going first, but the deck is extremely consistent. Now this card is so nuts, man. The Suship Uni is like so underrated. It can make itself a level 4, and then it searches like your Rice Suship. And now that there's a new one out there, basically that it also counts as the original Sushi Xyz. There's just a lot of things that you can do. Okay, so this is where I made that misplay because obviously I've already gone through my Utopia play, so I'm gonna get that Hope Harbinger. I'm gonna get the 2 monster negates. What I should have done when I exit some of this from the deck is gone into a rank 4, because then I could have gone into any 4 here and then gone into F0, so it would have been the exact same end board. And that's kind of the cool thing, is that the new one represents 1 rank 4, which is important when it comes to this deck, very much so. This card is almost good because it says during your main phase or your opponent's battle phase. Why can't it just say quick effect target? I mean, I guess that would have been kind of OP, but you get to target face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of Gunkan monsters you control, which is 1, and negate them. So I feel like maybe at least like during your opponent's main phase would have been great, but just during your battle phase, so it's kind of disruption, but really in reality it's not. So he's gonna go for right, which is just fine because basically I can just pop this. Tornado Dragons, obviously, it's still a pretty good card, honestly. All in all, like I talked about Cursed Eldlin, pretty good target there. And then, you know, get the side stuff like Dimensional Barrier. He can't Synchro Summon in my Aka-Shari, so he's going to have a really hard time, you know, basically busting the board. And number 99 is just such a great card. I really do feel like this is probably the best way to play Suships. But, you know, maybe I'm wrong, but certainly better than blind going second, I feel. It just has a higher ceiling, like a way higher. And then, you know, Hope Harbinger is just, it's great. The cool thing is about this card too is that it's a 5, meaning that there's also, I forget what it's called, but I think it's called Cavalry, where basically you get to rank up into it. So you get 2 pops with Zeus. So yes, this is like just kind of like blind shamingly using, you know, like the Utopia engine, but it's not like Suships don't serve like their own function within it. So he's playing a stun deck, and I have to set at least 1 card, and luckily I kind of just have that. So he goes for Artifact Sanctum. I run a lot of hand traps, I think like 9 or 10. So definitely plenty of going second cards. There's so much consistency here. All you need is 3 rank 4s to go through the normal combo, quote unquote, and he ended up scooping there, but that was pretty cool. This was a deck I had against it's like a pure Neos deck, but he did have Super Poly, which is actually really bad because your end board ends with 2 light monsters. Although I think he ends up playing it kind of weirdly. But Dimensional Bear, he's not going to be able to, you know, fusion summon literally any other card but Super Poly. But he does have it. But I think I'm still, you know, pretty fine. Hope Harbinger can come out during the draw phase, which is neat and all. And then I can change the attack target. Not that it matters. Although it kind of does, honestly, because if your opponent tries to attack into something else, it gets turned to a 0, like attack, and then the second attack can just be used and taken up by Hope Harbinger. Cosmic Cyclone, I just run right into the Super Poly. I don't really know why he's Super Poly. Like, he could really just Super Poly into, like, these two or something, or, like, get rid of one of these. He doesn't. That's fine. He tries to go for Karma Cut there. He did hard open the Honest Neos, which kind of sucks, but that's fine. Dimensional Barrier, obviously, I held for quite a long time there. That's just going to fizzle out, and then I'm in a very commanding position. I don't have a way to go into anything else, but I still have 2 monster negates on the board, which is probably the most important thing. And I get Rescue Rabbit off the top, so pretty sick. It's obviously 2 rank 4s, which is really nice. I can go into Tornado Dragon, pop this, it's Draining Shield, kind of hilarious. Obviously, like, a very bad card. I took this to casual. This is a casual deck because hard loses to Ash a lot of the times. Hopefully, y'all call by the grave, but, you know, more than likely, that's just not going to happen. I did here, speaking of the card, but, yeah, just trying to be realistic. Not to say this isn't a really, really, really fun deck. So, Painful Choice here. This is really, like, probably the best deck I've ever seen that uses Painful Choice, honestly. I can't think of anything actually even close to that. So it's pretty cool. Because having this in your hand is super important. It's just you're not just searching out of vanilla. You're getting a lot of advantage off that vanilla monster. And number 99. Yeah, so this is just really basic stuff. And I put these all in defense position because I was playing Dino and thinking they're probably playing Lightning Storm. Although it would be good if I could, like, confirm my suspicions. If not, then it's just kind of like super average, to be honest with you. Yeah, and it is, but whatever. Trying to, you know, be as astute as possible. Still a pretty good defense here. He's, of course, going to get his Misk off. Misk is going to go ahead and attempt to, or he's going to, summon the Archosaur. I'm holding on because I know he's playing, you know, Fusion Destiny, which is pretty cool and all. He is able to search out a Kaiju, which is kind of nice, but I still have 2 monster negates here on the board. And there we go. He's going to try to activate Fusion Destiny. Of course, I'm going to act Dimensional Barrier. So this is really, really interesting. Okay, so this is supposed to be during your phase, Dino monster, you're unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. So I guess this doesn't count as an activated effect. Isn't that interesting? That's a really niche like ruling. I'm pretty sure this is right though. I think it's just like, do you want to activate? So it's interesting. I don't think this is an activated effect. It's just a negate. So it makes a massive, massive difference. I would have lost the duel. This goes to half attack, so he can't even get over any single, like, one monster on the field. And this effect is negated forever with Utopia Ray, which is just really, really cool. This is that other duel against this deck, although I think I don't know, they played this really weird. This is just such a bad matchup against, like, Scythe, too, because obviously the whole deck is centered around the extra deck. Drawing cards like this, really there's only one Garnet in the deck, and that's Wind Pegasus, because you can still technically, you know, special summon this from the hand, and it's a rank 4. This is a rank 4 deck, and you kind of get to cheat your plays out for the most part. Just must not have Uni. I thought it could attack directly. I don't know, but in any case, he's going to try to go for Sanctum, like, now. Like, okay, what were you doing before? I don't know. But, you know, Zeus still has another pop on it, and I have a lot of follow-up for next play, too. Not a lot, but maybe I should have summoned one of my Gunkan Suship Aka-Sharis, because I didn't normal summon last turn, interestingly enough. And he's going to go ahead and look at 6 off the top. I think he's going to grab the Pendulum one more time, hoping that I won't be able to attack. I really just need a Spell and Trap off the top, which I guess is very, very possible. Other than that, like, he still doesn't have anything, but it is Painful Choice. I can just go ahead and set that. And it's really kind of cool. I mean, the Gunkan Suship Aka-Shari is 2k attack, which, you know, really can make a difference. You never know. He goes ahead and sets Pot of Extravagance and Artifact Sanctum, but at that point, it's over, you know. Okay, so this is like a random trap deck, I guess. I don't really know what I'm playing against. I had Ghost Ogre in there for a while, and I know it's good against, like meta right now because of Rite of Amisyr, but really otherwise, it ain't so great. I did hard open the rank up magic spell, which is pretty cool. Really, I wouldn't be able to make any of these plays without it. So again, like, all of these things that you search out really aren't bricks for the most part. Okay, and Oh, this is that other Neos deck that I was playing. I guess this was the first duel. He did activate Super Poly. I think he can actually use it. I don't know if he does, though. Okay, interesting. Because these are the same attribute, different types. Does he really... He runs Super Poly? He doesn't run Super Poly targets? He doesn't. Okay, so now that... This makes a lot more sense, the other one, too. I'm obviously going to negate the Neos Fusion. I don't really know why he's playing so many Fusion cards, but... Yeah, Tornado Dragon's obviously just going to put in a lot of work here. Rank 4s are still a really good toolbox. Like, I don't really care, like, what the time era is. Like, being able to destroy spells and traps and being able to shuffle cards back, especially when it comes to... What's it called? 1 second. I'm going to look at the name of it. I'm curious. This is not me. Oh, he's playing a Utopia deck. I'm getting all mixed up here. Oh, this isn't even... This is Raid Raptors. No wonder why I did that. Okay, so I think that's all the replays that I have. My bad. But that was Suship. And let me know what you guys think about this weird, unique build. Other than that, that's going to do it for today's video. And I'll see you guys next time.